Hi, welcome back to TubeTalk.
Thank you, Doug. Welcome back. Hopefully the last week of level 3.
Yep, and go back to level 2.
Yeah. How's you get? We've been doing a game every day trying to guess how many new cases there'd be, haven't we? How have you been going?
Yeah, I've been winning every single one.
Well, not every single one, but most of them. So we should get you on to do some picks, see if you can predict some winners.
Okay.
We'll do that next week.
Okay, should we start?
Let's start.
Okay, so last week we had Man of Sin, who won by 8 lengths, and it was very exciting.
It was 8 lengths. Yeah, he bolted it. Really exciting. 4th start, his first 3 starts was second, third. He was beaten by the draw the previous start, but the big key was a little bit of experience, but getting out to more than a mile. Bred to be a really good stayer by a reliable man, and as soon as he got out to 1650, just took off at the 600 and they couldn't catch him, just kept going, got further in front. So he's going to be heading towards a $65,000 race probably on the 22nd of May, and then touch wood, we might look at the Rough Habit plate from Group 3 2200 metre race, but a really exciting stayer. He's going to have a massive career in Australia.
Okay, moving on to this week. Friday at the Gold Coast, we've got 2 runners.
We do. They're Metropolitan, their city meeting at the Gold Coast.
So race 5 is Ferry Me Home.
Yeah, Ferry Me Home. He's been up a long time. We gave him a freshen up. He was a bit fresh last start, and half of me wonders whether he might just be soon looking for a break. But anyway, he's got a much better draw this week. Barrier 6 might come into Barrier 5, so he should be able to jump and get a nice cover in the running. And this race suits him far better. Suits him far better than his last one, particularly that run under his belt. Jason Taylor rides, and Jason Taylor rode for us many years ago on our first tour, Silky Red Boxer, and rode him really well. So I've always liked his riding, so it's good to have him on board. Hopefully we can just settle just behind the speed, relaxed, and then he'll finish off well. And I think he'll be a nice each way chance at over the odds, with the only question mark in my head being the length of time he's been up, whether he needs a break.
Okay, and race 8 is Elward.
Yeah, fresh up, the great Elward. So he's won 8 races and about $700,000 in prize money. He's been a fantastic horse. Trialled really well this week. This race is too short for him. He's got 60 kilos. He's a 2,000 metre horse, and this is only 1,300 metres. So, and he's up against a lot of sprinters. So it's not his race to win. He's drawn wide. He'll get back in the field. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him really climbing into the finish late. Really finish off well because there's good speed in the race. So while it's hard to see him win, he's a very good horse over this distance. He's a very good horse. We should see him really winding up late and be in for another very successful campaign.
Saturday, Newcastle, race 6, we have Sacred Sweet.
Yes, stepping up to a mile. So Sacred Sweet had 2 starts. Fresh up, the first up run for 6th over a distance too short. Then he got to 1,400, ran really well, slow tempo, and he still finished off really well. Great last sectional. So a little bit more experience on the side. Nice barrier draw of 4. Mitchell Bell of the saddle. He should be able to settle a bit closer, a bit handier, be relaxed. The Newcastle straight will suit him, and it should be a really nice each way chance. He is a Sacred Falls, and he is going to improve with time, and he's going to get better and better next prep again. But he looks a really nice chance on Saturday.
Okay, so also Saturday at Caulfield, race 4, we got Arctic Shock.
That we're going to keep a close eye on. So Arctic Shock has had 2 starts in Melbourne this prep. It's already a stakes horse, group placed. Ran really well for 2nd first up, and then 3rd at Caulfield last start off very wide draws. And we're really interested in this horse because it's half sister to our Vanamos filly that we've got. Yeah, and our Vanamos filly looks very precocious. The breaker says it's the toughest horse he's broken in all year, Sam Beatson. So we're really excited about it. And the family's doing superb things. So this is the half sister running in a $100,000 race at Caulfield on Saturday. Another bad wide draw, barrier 9, 2 kilo claimer on board. So I think if this horse can get across and get some, and not be 3 wide, because it seems to be a very tough horse, you've got to sit 3 wide and still run well, I think it's going to be a really good bet at $7. So watching it from a real interest point of view from being a half-sister to our Vanamos, but I think it's going really well. Not our bet of the week, but I think people should have some money on
Now it's time for the bit of the week. And the bit of the week is Quinella
We might even make it a trifecta.
at Gold Coast Racing, and we've got some predictions for who will come first, second and third.
We do, and we have to say this is the race that Alward's in, but as he's resuming over a distance way short of his best, we have done the formula and we think we've come up with some obvious selections.
So we think that Grey Missile will come first. We think that Freddie Foxtrot will come second. And we think that Alward, our man, will come third.
Oh man! So yeah, it's an interesting race. And doing the formula, there seems to be a lot of speed on, and there seems to be a limited number of winning chances. So I think that Freddie Foxtrot has got a bigger weight, and it'll try and lead. I think Grey Missile with Robbie Fradon from Barrier 5 will sit just behind it. There's another horse in there that's won 4 in a row. I think that'll go up and challenge for speed. And I think they'll set quite a strong speed, and I think it'll mean that Grey Missile might get over the top of them to win, to beat Freddie Foxtrot, who's in great form. And with that speed on, I can see Alward rushing home for third. So a straight trifecta. Let's see if we can get it.
Okay.
And then we'll all be happy. I'd be happier if Alward charged over the top of the first two and beat them both.
Yeah, we want to
That would be the happiest thing. Yeah. So there's our slightly different bit of the week then.
And that concludes Tube Talk.
Thank you, mate. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we're a Neville.
Do.
Bye.
See ya.
And it's now Man of Sin, the pilot. Skipped out a length and a half, and the favourite went for home. Raced away by now, 3 on Roughing It. Then came Lazaro Starry Beauties down the outside, but it's Man of Sin in front, 100 metres from the judge. And it's times and margins, please, sir, because Man of Sin romps in. Man of Sin by 6 lengths on Starry Beauty.